So hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. Today is day 13 of Upskilling myself, and today I solved 3 DSA problems as well as I had some internship work and I did some bug fixes in the CI pipeline. Let's move on to DSA. So the first problem was an introduction to prefix sum. So what we do over here is the problem is range sum query which is immutable. So what it asks us to do is suppose there is an array 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Suppose this is the given array, then they're asking us the sum between 2 and 4, let's say. So we have to give the sum between these two elements, right? So either way of doing it is we can use two loops, which would cost us n square of n square complexity, which is not so good. So the optimal way of doing it is we can do it in n time complexity using prefix sum. So let's see. So we create a array of prefix sum, which is this element plus the sum of its previous elements. So 1 is the first element, so we'll input 1. Then this 2 plus the sum of its previous elements. So 2 plus this 1 is 3. Then 3 plus this 3 is 6. Plus 4 plus this 6 is 10. And 5 plus 10 is 15. Right? Now if they ask us the sum of elements between these two numbers over here, what we can do is we can set it as right and this is left. So it will be over here. This is on the right. This is on the left. You can see over here right and left. So we have to subtract this right element and the element just before the left, that is 1. So 10 minus 1 is 9, and over here 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 4 is 9. So we get the same output but in n complexity. So this is the code for it. Either what you can do is you can do 0 indexing, which will result to this, or you can do 1 based indexing, so it will be right plus 1 and just left. Okay, so this is the code. It's pretty easy. You just have to go through every element and then store it in the prefix sum, and then you calculate using this over here. So the next question is subarray sum equals to k. So we have to give the number of subarrays which give the sum as 2. So the array is 1, 1 and 1. So what we can do over here is we have to create a prefix sum which we initialize as 0, and while we iterate through the array we have to increment this prefix sum adding the element next to it. So the concept we are using is, suppose if k is equals to 6 and the prefix sum till the nth array is like suppose let's say 14, right? So 14 minus 6 is what? 14 minus 6 is 8. So if this over here is 6, then obviously this should be 8. So after every prefix sum we have to store the prefix sum value into our hash map. So in this case 8 will be stored in the hash map, right? After when we are at the sum of 14, we can do 14 minus 6, it comes out to be 8, and if 8 is present in the hash map, then we can say there is a subarray whose sum is equals to k, and we can output the index. Okay, so I've done the same in this code over here. So for the 0th occurrence we are setting the count as 1 in the hash map, then we are creating these variables prefix sum equals to 0 and count equals to 0, and then we traverse the array. Then we set prefix sum as prefix sum plus the nums of I, that means the element is added in the prefix sum variable. Then we create a variable called remove. So we have to store the prefix sum minus k into this remove, and then we find if remove is present in the map or not. If it's present, then we increment the count, and then we add the prefix sum into our hash map, and then we return count. So the next problem was subarray sums is divisible by k. So this is the same as the previous one. What we have to do over here is we, instead of creating this remove over here, change it to this formula. What we do over here is instead of subtracting, we do modulus. Okay, so we want the difference to be stored in the hash map, and then to avoid any irregularities, what we do is we add k and modulo k. So there won't be any problem of negative numbers and all. Okay, so the rest process is same, and yeah. For the development part, I did some internship work, then I fixed some CI bugs which was related to Prettier and Lint. Then I revised my backend topics like the APIs, the types of APIs and the methods in it, etc. Then I did YouTube stuff, and then I did the revision of all the DSA problems that I solved till now. And yeah, that was it for today. And thank you guys for watching. See you on day 14.